So guys, you were probably wondering why I haven't done a video in the last 3 weeks. Simple, it was because I was on holiday in Gran Canaria. And have you noticed? I'm a huge Toy Story fan. The moment I saw this in a Primark store in Las Palmas, I thought to myself, I must buy it. I must have this shirt. Now I've got it. But anyway guys, I am back just in time for week 6 of the Premier League this season. So without further ado, here are my predictions for week 6. Week 6 of the Premier League this season. So here we go. Southampton v Bournemouth. So both teams got good results last time out, so I expect this one to be a tight game. Well, in any case, it could go either way. Southampton have picked up 7 points in their last 3 games, and in all 3 of those games, they have put in some really convincing performances. The team seems well organised, and they are so difficult to break down. Having said that, let's see how they shut out Bournemouth, because Bournemouth can score a lot of goals. However, I can't see either team getting the win here, so I'm going for a 1-1 draw. Newcastle v Brighton. Both teams with 1 win in their last 5 games. Newcastle have improved from their opening 2 games of the season, but in my opinion there is still a lot of work to be done. If Steve Bruce can get it right, then Newcastle will start causing a lot of teams so many problems. Brighton haven't won since the opening day, and that is slightly worrying. And if this continues on, they could be in real trouble come the end of the season. Let's just hope they won't. As for the game, I am backing Newcastle to win. 1-0. Burnley v Norwich. No win for Burnley since the opening day, and coming up against a Norwich side who have just beaten the reigning champions. Looking at that Norwich-Man City game, no doubt that Norwich were the much better side, both in defence and attack. Because there is a good balance in that Norwich City side, I do think they have a big chance of staying up. Well, they will have a few bad days of course, but in my opinion, I think they are very capable of staying up. Burnley have a lot of good players, and we all know that they are a very good team. But so far, despite good performances, they were very, very unlucky to lose at Arsenal and of course, draw late on against Wolves. But that late equaliser against Brighton might just be the spark for them to get back to winning ways. This is a tight one, but I'm going to go for Burnley to win because I have the feeling that Norwich might just not turn up. Just thinking about teams who beat one of the top 6 and in the next game, they lose. Back to square one. So it's just what I think, that's all. 2-1 Burnley. Chelsea v Liverpool. The way I see Liverpool at the moment, I can't see them losing anytime soon. In fact, maybe not at all. They're just too good to watch. And their front three of Salah, Mane and Firmino are just unstoppable the way they're playing at the moment. As for Chelsea, a team of youngsters, probably one of the youngest Premier League teams ever, if not possibly the youngest. It hasn't been all highs and lows for Chelsea so far this season, having struggled against Manchester United, Leicester and Sheffield United, but their performance against Wolves could be the start of breaking into the top 4, which I can't see happening at the moment because I'm still not convinced by Chelsea just yet. And because Chelsea still have some problems at the back, I am backing Liverpool to win once again. 3-1. Crystal Palace v Wolves. I certainly didn't expect Wolves to be in a situation like this. I certainly didn't expect Palace to concede 4 in the first half against Spurs, considering their good away record. I worry for Wolves at the moment because they are not playing good attacking football like they were last season, and they're making mistakes they hardly made last season. If you bring up the Europa League, that brings them quite a lot more games than last season. Or maybe it's second season syndrome. I really don't know. As for Crystal Palace, I think their away form will help them progress this season. In a way, they play well. Not in the way that they did against Spurs. So for me, it was just a bad day for Crystal Palace, so I expect them to bounce back in this one. They have a good chance as well, looking at how Wolves are playing at the moment. It could turn out different, but I think Palace will win this one. Well, they don't play well at home anyway, but this season might bring a difference. 2-0 to Palace. Everton v Sheffield United. Well, Everton. They are much better playing at home than away, but failing to beat Villa, Palace and Bournemouth away from home is quite embarrassing for Everton's perspective, but at least their home form's a positive thing. But continue to play like that away from home, then there's no chance they're going to get close to the top 6. As for Sheffield United, not exactly the result they wanted against Southampton, but if they can come back from 2-0 down against Chelsea to draw 2-2, then they've got another chance of pulling off another surprise result at Everton. If they can keep their mentality and momentum going, I think Sheffield United will be safe. As for the game, I think Everton will get back to winning ways. They'll make it hard for themselves, they usually do, but they'll grind it out. 2-1 Everton. Leicester v Tottenham. I've been critical of Spurs recently due to their last 3 performances, wondering if they'll ever make the top 4. Well, they can, definitely. They just need to keep putting in performances like they did against Palace. I was surprised with Leicester against Manchester United. They were brilliant to watch. It's just that they lacked the cutting edge in that game and they just weren't clinical enough in taking their chances, considering they are so good going forward. Do I think they'll make top 6? With the team they have, with the players they have, and the manager they have? I think there is a possibility. Despite their defeat, they will have a few of those this season. Spurs have not had a good away record recently, so I'm going for a 1-1 draw. Manchester City v Watford. Shocking, as how could Man City defend like that? In fact, how can they perform like that? Sure, Laporte is out injured till at least January, and that's a huge miss for City, but also without Vincent Kompany, usually a footballer and captain who would demand so much more from those defenders. Now, I'm not writing them off, absolutely not. They can still win the title, but defending like that could cost them dearly this season, and they can't afford to do that again. I was shocked that Watford sacked Javi Gracia after only 4 games in. I thought that was absolute bonkers decision. But now that they've reappointed Quique Sanchez-Flores, it's going to be really interesting as to where Watford can finish this season. I think Man City will get back to winning ways, only if they keep their defence solid. Besides, wouldn't want to end up like Arsenal did in the second half against Watford. Anyway, I'm going for a Man City win. 3-1. West Ham v Manchester United. If you want to finish in the top 6, and then you struggle to create opportunities against a team like Aston Villa, might want to up your game a bit more. Yes, that's West Ham I'm talking about. I thought last night that West Ham will be too much for Aston Villa to handle, but no. Well, at least their defence last night was unquestionable. See, Man United's performance against Leicester has shown signs of improvement and a huge 3 points that could give them a big confidence boost going into this game. I see this one as a fairly even game, which could go either way, so I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw. Arsenal v Aston Villa. Arsenal's second half performance was like they thought at that point they had the game wrapped up, which just so happens to be Watford's ticket to coming back from 2-0 down. I don't know what Arsenal were thinking in that second half, but having said that, they do need a reaction going into this one. No doubt, Aston Villa had the better of the chances last night, but just how are they going to stay up if they can't find a way to score goals? I think all of their games this season, except for Everton, kind of sums up Aston Villa at the moment. I think most of us expected them to be in a relegation mix. Knowing that Arsenal are much better playing at home than away, I think Arsenal will win 3-0. So there you have it, guys. Those are my predictions for week 6 of the Premier League this season. Let's hope some of them go my way. And plus, guys, that is actually it for this video. So if you like my videos, please make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and turn on those notifications so you don't miss any of my videos. Please leave a like and a comment down below, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.